First, congratulations to these girls. I've really enjoyed watching y'all play. You're awesome, fun to watch, and I think you're all great girls. I know you'll be very successful. Congratulations. Football is a game, and the preparation and teamwork required to be successful in football is one of the best tools to develop life skills that I'm aware of. I'm thrilled to recognize and honor 3 young men that have leveraged football as a tool and that are going to position themselves, as a result, position themselves for excellent opportunities in college, both on and off the field. First guy I want to recognize is Big Sky. Skylar Coleman came into my life unexpectedly last year and changed my life. And I think he's affected by everybody in this room. I know Mr. Smith told me in his words that he's one of the best things that happened to it makes the school better just by being here. And I've seen that in the locker room, seen it on the field. I'm a big believer that adversity doesn't build character. As the saying goes, I believe adversity reveals character. And what adversity in Sky's life has revealed is one of the most remarkable young men I've ever been around. And I know that some of you know the story, and I'm just going to do the highlights for you, but I think it's important that as young people that you recognize what he's endured and still comes to school every day with that smile on his face and the way he carries himself. But you know, Sky spent the better part of 2 years of his childhood in a wheelchair. At 5'11", they told him he'd never grow. Told him he'd never get to play sports. He had a rare bone disease. His leg was so severely bowed. They said, "You're not going to grow. You can't play sports." While kids his age were out, playing ball in the neighborhood and playing on school teams, he sat in a wheelchair and just wondered if he'd ever be able to even walk again. He went through 6 surgeries, one of which they severed his femur, inserted titanium rod. They put growth plates in his knees, and guess what? He grew a little bit. As is the case with all 3 of these great young men, they come from great families and have incredible support at home from their parents. Sky was no exception. I had a very close relationship with his mom and his dad. As he's coming out of his 6th surgery as a sophomore in high school, he lost his mom to breast cancer. And really it was a devastating deal for Sky. I know that he still carries that with him, and I know that he's honoring her today by being here. I know that she's very honored and proud of you, Sky. I know you know that. Skylar is his football accomplishments, pale in comparison to what he's done as a young man and what he means to me and to the people that he's come in contact with. He's an all-state performer. He's a Shrine Bowl AP All-State, which is a big deal. If you're not familiar with that, the Associated Press has 16 writers in the state of North Carolina that choose an all-state team. So while he was private school all-state, this is the all-state for every level of school in the state of North Carolina that writers from all over the state chose, and he was just like the first team AP All-State. That's quite an honor. He's recruited very hard by a lot of schools, most significantly Appalachian State, East Carolina, North Carolina State, and Vanderbilt. But his final choice, I think, is a great one. I got a call this morning from Coach Brewer of UNC. He then handed the phone to Coach Anderson, who's the offensive coordinator. He then handed the phone to Coach Fedora, the head coach, and they're all one about me. In fact, I'm supposed to tell you, you're supposed to call them. I did. You already did. But they're very excited to have Sky. In fact, Coach Anderson told me that Sky may well be the prize of their class. That 3 years from now, people are going to say, "Where did this kid come from? How did we get him?" But he's got that much potential. His work ethic and his character is so high that he's just going to be a tremendous success at UNC. I'm very proud to say that Sky be a Tar. Congratulations, Sky. Next, I want to recognize Aaron Seward. We started football 3 years ago at Davidson Day. Aaron was one of the handful of kids that were here that raised his hand right away and said, "Hey, I want to play." And he was long on talent and short on experience. He's become a lacrosse player here. He's very athletic. He played basketball. He started track. He's been very successful in track and state championship in that. But Aaron's been team captain. He's served about every role you can imagine. As a football player, I mean, the guy that set numerous school records, county records. He's on every list you can imagine for receiving, most yards in the game, most touchdowns in the game. He had over 1,800 yards last year, 26 touchdowns, crazy numbers for a receiver. He's also a long snapper. I mean, he also plays defensive end. As a defensive end, he comes off the edge, and he's a guy that's he had 5 sacks last year. I mean, the guy's just a great athlete and a great player. More importantly, Aaron's a great young man. And he's a guy that, again, I've seen have to work his way academically. I mean, to be in a position today to accept the scholarship opportunities he has. He had to work really hard on and off the field to make that happen. His work ethic is tremendous. I believe he's another kid that really used football as a tool to put himself in a position to be successful. And as a result, he had opportunities. He had some track opportunities. He had opportunities at numerous colleges. It came down to really Campbell, where Coach Mike Minter pursued him very hard. North Carolina Central, where he visited last weekend. But ultimately, he chose a place that I think is an absolutely perfect fit for Aaron. We got up about, I don't know, 4:30, 5 in the morning 2 summers ago and drove to Tennessee to go to a camp. And Aaron made a great impression at this camp. He made an impression not only as an athlete, but again, off the field. He won the tiebreakers. He went and met with the coaches. He talked about academics. He talked about social life. He talked about his faith. And he has ended up at an absolutely, I think, the perfect place for Aaron. He'll be very successful at Carson Newman. Congratulations, Aaron. Well, the last one, I tell you, this is, I did them out, I tried to do things alphabetically, because I don't want to show favoritism, so just, John came last. But if I had to pick one to be last, it would have been J.Y. I've known him since he was about 8 years old. I've had the pleasure of coaching him since about that time. He's always had a knack for making plays as a football player. Just even as a little guy. I mean, I'm talking about 8-year-old little guy. I mean, we needed a big play. I remember playing at the McCaddenville Christmastown Bowl. We put in a play for J.Y. And it's a play we still run now at Davidson, very successful. And he took that thing and went to the house in the Christmastown Bowl. And he's been doing that for as long as I've known him. But J.Y. has an equal commitment to being successful off the field. And he's got great support at home from his parents who drive this home. And I know probably early on there were times we drove it awful hard with him. But I think he certainly loves and respects them. And I think that combination of athletic success and track and football combined with what he's done academically has given him opportunities that I think everybody in this room would like to have. Because he used football as a tool and handled it himself so well on and off the field, you know, he's got an opportunity to do something that is very unique and very special. First off, football-wise, 2-time All-State performer, Shrine Bowl. I think he played most of the game both ways in the Shrine Bowl. Just a very talented kid, numerous All-Lake Norman, All-County recognitions. Just a tremendous football player, but again, because of his commitment to academics and his commitment to training to become a better football player, his opportunities continue to grow. So this is a young man that's got opportunity at every level. He was recruited by ACC schools, by Patriot League schools. But I am really proud and excited to tell you, I think you already know, that Jordan Young is Davidson Date's first ever Ivy League student, and he's going to be a heck of a football player for the Big Red. Very proud of Jordan Young. Congratulations again, all you guys. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life, and I look forward to pulling for all of you. I got to get some gear now. You too. I want some soccer. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've just personally witnessed what I think makes Davidson Day so excellent and so special and so unique. And to articulate that, it is the relationships that you've just witnessed that our adults have with our students. Would you please thank Coaches Metzger? Now, to finalize these agreements, students, please make your intentions known by signing your letters to Queens College, University of South Carolina Upstate, Presbyterian College, Carson Newman College, Cornell University, and the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Excellent. And you're now welcome to not kiss the bride, but don your gear, your T-shirts and your hats, and show the crowd. Good chat.
Yeah, big stop.
This concludes our assembly today. I'm going to ask these students please to stick around with their families. All other students, you may head back upstairs and then transition to lunch. Thank you.